pain was like no other. People say they forget that pain. I will never, ever forget that
My
pain.
knuckles will never, ever forget that pain.
I'm back! It's your girl, Samantha Gomez, and
Your boy, Trevon.
And today we are here to share with you guys the long-awaited video. Well, it's not too long because the babies are just like a month old.
A month tomorrow.
Yeah, a month tomorrow. But this video is going to share my labor and delivery story. I know you guys saw that we had a vlog. However, in the vlog, one important part was missing, which was the actual delivery. As you guys know, or if you're new to my channel, I have twin girls. Well, we have twin girls. Zara and Zia were born on
May 1st.
So they are, again, going to be a month old tomorrow, but we were unable to show you guys video footage of the actual delivery because I had to deliver in the operating room. So this video is going to go through kind of like the whole day.
Guys, just so you know, I mean, she's telling you, I tried. I actually kept the camera around my neck. I tried turning my phone on. There were like nothing.
Yeah.
Like anything in there.
No, you couldn't video at all in there.
Because
So
it's the emergency, the ER room.
Exactly.
Sorry, operating room.
The operating room. And because I was having two, they didn't know on my second baby if I had to get a cesarean. So we couldn't, unfortunately, film that part. But some crazy stuff happened. Let me just get to the story.
I was gonna say.
So you guys completely understand what went down behind those closed doors. So make sure you grab yourself a cup of coffee, some tea,
A little Hennessy, a little vodka, Corona.
whatever you like to drink. Grab that and let's get the story started. So I had an induction date that was set for April 30th. I was hoping that I would go into labor naturally by myself and my body would just kind of do its thing and these girls would just pop out one day, my water would just break. But they were stubborn and they stayed until 36 days and 36 weeks, 1 day.
You know why they were stubborn?
Why?
Because it was like, what, 1 degree outside? End of April?
And
I would stay in too.
Yeah, true. I would stay in too. I mean, it was kind of cold outside.
Mother Nature didn't get her stuff together.
We were getting snow occasionally too. So you know what? I don't blame Zara and Zia for trying to keep warm as long as possible. So on the 30th was my induction date and I had to call the hospital in the morning to see what time I needed to be there. They said, get up early, call before 7 a.m. and they'll tell you the time to drive down. And we are about, I want to say a 30-40 minute drive.
40-45 minute drive. From
the hospital. So I called at 7. They said we had to be there for, what was it?
9
o'clock. So we had to be there at 9 a.m. Got myself together. My mom, my sister, they were both here. My dad as well. My mom and sister decided to come to the hospital with us. So we drove down. I was so nervous. I wasn't nervous about the delivery, and I kept saying that to Trevon. I wasn't nervous. Tell them I really wasn't nervous.
She wasn't really nervous. She was more nervous about parenthood.
Exactly, and just being a mom after and just adjusting. So I'm driving down in the car with Trevon and my mind is going at 1,000 miles per hour.
While I'm doing like 160 miles per hour, but no biggie anyhow.
Literally. We finally get to the hospital and now we are in the waiting room. I sign in, they look at the documentation to make sure my name is correct, all that jazz. And then they bring me into the triage. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the triage, they bring me into there first. And they check to see if I'm dilated at all. And at that point, I think they said 2 to 3 centimeters diameter. 2 to 3 dilated. So I was like, yes, like, you know, I'm not 0, I'm not 1, at least there's some progression. And then they put me into a gown and then they bring me into the delivery room. However, they say to me that I'm not going to actually deliver in that room because again, I'm having twins and we have to go to the operating room. So in the delivery room now, I'm just chilling. They first decide that they're going to do this, I can't even remember what it's called, the balloon thing, Trev.
Oh my gosh. It's, okay, how can I explain it? It's almost like, you know when they check your blood pressure? They've got that little balloon ball that they squeeze. It's like that, but they insert it and then they pump the air, well, gel or some type of fluid into it to help with the dilation.
Yeah, so they did that. That was so
Hold on, is dilation a word?
painful. Yeah, dilation's a word.
All right, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't.
I think dilation's a word.
I'm
And
not
if it's
that
not a
smart,
word,
but I'm
then
just
we made
trying.
it a word. They insert this balloon thing in me and blow up the balloon, and basically what happens is once your cervix, I guess, expands, the balloon is going to drop out. But that was so painful. When the doctor went in and put that inside of me, I'm like, labor better not be this painful, because that really, really hurt. So I want to say a few hours passed. A few hours passed.
Give or take.
And
like four hours or so.
yeah, then the balloon came out, and they said once the balloon comes out, they're going to go in and break my water. So shortly after the balloon came out, and this was right before 4:30, I remember. Right before 4:30 is when they broke my water, and they broke my water, and they're like, we just broke your water, and I didn't feel anything. Then I feel this like warm gush come out of me. I'm like,
She's like, babes, can you get me a Depends? I think I peed myself.
so yeah, my water broke. So I was like, okay, the contractions are gonna start soon. Contractions started.
Whole nother level.
Let me tell you that I honestly, in my heart of heart, believe I could have gone through labor without an epidural. But they recommended the epidural because they said that, again,
Due to the circumstances.
yeah, due to the circumstances, if I were to have to get cut, have a cesarean, and if I don't have the epidural, they would have to put me to sleep, and then I wouldn't even be able to see my second child being born, and that wasn't even an option for us. So I was like, you know what, definitely give me the epidural if that's what needs to be done. But after my water broke, the lady said, wait till you're about pain tolerance of 7 before you get the epidural, but don't try to be a champ and wait too long, because if the, what is it called, the anesthesia,
The
person that puts a needle in your back,
and the anesthesiologist.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
The
Correct
anesthesiologist.
me guys if I'm wrong. We'll correct it on the screen, okay?
If the anesthesiologist, that's a tongue tie.
If the needle person.
If the needle man or the needle woman is not available or is attending to somebody else, it could take up to like half an hour to an hour for them to come attend to you. So don't wait too long.
So then, this is where I came in. I said to her, babes, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm like, Sam, listen, if you know you need this needle, take it now. No, I'm good. I'm gonna champ it out. Then finally, when the pain started to hit the 7-8 point mark, where at this point, she's literally gasping for air. Not gasping, she's got her breathing technique down. She turns to me and says, yeah, I think I want the needle now. So I said to her, okay, let me get the anesthesiologist. And bad news. Because now the anesthesiologist had an emergency,
available.
So they had to be gone for roughly half hour to 45 minutes. So she's got to wait 45 minutes longer to get the epidural.
And let me tell you, that is when shit got real. That pain was like no other. People say they forget that pain. I will never, ever forget that
My
pain.
knuckles will never, ever forget that pain.
Let me tell you, that pain was so intense. And just like I said in the vlog video, if you missed it, I'll link it below. It feels as though you're on a roller coaster. And like, you know, you're anticipating the pain. Like you feel like it's coming. And when you're at the top of that roller coaster, even if you want to get off, you can't get off. You have to stay and stick it out. And that pain, that just like, the slide down that roller coaster, that's what it felt like. It just felt like excruciating pain.
It's almost like, for Canadians, I don't know if they got it in the States or other countries, but it's called drop zone.
Oh.
Pulls you right up, and it just lets you sit there and wait, and out of nowhere just
boom! Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Exactly.
Well, I can't tell you from experience, I'm saying from her, what she's saying.
Well, your knuckles can tell you
Yeah,
from
my knuckles,
experience,
right.
because I was squeezing the ish out of his hand.
To the point where I had to fight back. Like legit, I thought I was like legit squeezing one of my boys'
I almost
hands.
swore he wanted to bite my hand at one point in time.
Damn.
That's how serious it got. So those, and then the contractions start to come on really quick, maybe.
I think it was like every 5 minutes. Then
Yeah.
it went to like every 4 minutes.
And then like every like 2 minutes. Finally this lady comes and I'm looking at her like, where the ass were you? Because I'm about to die. But seriously, I probably could have gone through that pain if I really had to. But it was hard. It was definitely
I'll give her
hard.
credit, guys. She's a champ. She's a strong girl. Strong woman, I should say.
Thank you, babe. So finally we get the epidural, and I got the epidural, I want to say around...
Hold on. she's missing a key part.
What?
Now come time to get the epidural done, they couldn't put it in for at least 5 to 10 minutes. They're sitting there and they're just fighting to get it. And what scared me was the part where they turned around and said to us, guys, there's a slight percentage or a slight chance that you can hit a nerve and be paralyzed.
Mm-hmm.
And she's there with contraction pains, slowly moving and breathing and stuff like that, and they're pretty much digging into her spine.
Yeah, and I'm trying to stay as still as possible, but I mean...
But then after a few attempts, they nailed it.
Yeah, exactly, and I was fine. But you know what was really strange? After I got the epidural, one of my legs was very numb. The other one I could semi-feel. I feel as though the pain wasn't... Like, I was still feeling some pain, and it wasn't... The epidural wasn't evenly distributed, or the numbness.
The nurse said it's called partial numbing, which is certain parts of your body starts to go numb and others don't, and it takes time. And they elevated her to get the blood flowing properly, which ended up making her left leg completely numb. Like, I'm talking,
it felt
dead.
Like rocks.
Like you can pick it up and it'll just drop.
Yeah.
She couldn't even lift it.
Yeah.
And the right leg, she can feel touch and pressure and stuff like that, but other than that, it kicked in. It kicked in.
I want to say I got the epidural around 6 o'clock, maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock. And then shortly after, I had a few visitors that came and I fell asleep. And around 11:15, 11:30, I see all these nurses rushing in, and then they put the mask on me. He wasn't in the room. That's a key point.
Listen, I decided at about 11 o'clock, 11:15, or yeah, about 11:10 after 11 or so, I decided to go with her sister. I decided, Vanessa, hey, V, what up? Vanessa, head off to go get some healthy food, Mickey D's.
McDonald's.
Decided to go get some food. So we take off and, we were strolling because we're like, okay, they checked her not too long ago and she was only 4 centimeters.
Yeah.
So we're like, she's got quite some ways to go. Anyhow, long story short, we get our food, we're strolling back, having conversations, joking down the street and stuff like that.
Let me cut you. Let me tell you what happened on my end now.
Yeah, her end.
So they come rushing in the room, all the nurses, and they don't say anything because I guess they don't want to alarm me. They put the mask on me for oxygen, and they're checking their stuff and talking in their nursing terms, and I'm just like, what the heck is going on? And they're pushing on my belly, and I'm starting to get nervous because there was a few of them and they were in a panic. And then one of the nurses like, let me check and see what's going on. Let's check to see how dilated you are. So she checked me and she's like, whoa, you're 9.5 centimeters dilated. Mind you, it was just a few hours before I was like 4 centimeters. I honestly did not think that I would dilate so quickly.
So now
her
mom takes off, that was in the room with her, takes off to find us. So like I was saying earlier, her sister Vanessa and myself, we're strolling down the street nonchalantly, just taking our time because we're like, it's nothing. As soon as we open the doors to get into the hospital, there's her mom running. I just bought my food. I was prepared to dash it against the wall and take off. But mind you, I was only playing. I was actually starving. I didn't eat anything for the day.
Yeah.
So we get there and she's like, they need you upstairs. My heart's racing at this point because I'm like, I know it's high risk because it was a high risk pregnancy due to the twins. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, my heart, in my head's just racing because I've got so many things flowing through it. Is it something wrong? Did she give birth? Did I not see the birth of my kids? Did anything happen? We get upstairs and her mom looks at me and goes, she's 9.5 centimeters dilated. She's ready to go. I get upstairs and they pretty much got her prepped.
Yeah, they prepped the operating room. As soon as he walks in, they give him his clothing to change into, and they were like, we are going to get this party started, pretty much. And then that is basically where the video ends, where it cuts, where you don't see anything further. So
I tried, guys, I'm sorry.
Now let's tell you about the actual labor. When they rolled me into this room, I felt as though I was Beyonce at a concert and there were all these people.
Escorted.
I was being escorted, number one.
And I got the stiff arm.
Yeah, you had to stay outside.
They kept me out.
Kept him outside for a little bit. And I'm going in and it's like all these people are staring at me. When I tell you there was at least 15 to 17 people in the room, and they told me that there were going to be a lot of people because they needed pediatricians for each twin. They had a team dedicated for each twin. They had people dedicated if I had to do a cesarean. There was a lot of people, so it's very intimidating because you're getting rolled in. You see all these nurses with masks on. Everybody is just staring at you. Everybody is just looking into your chocha, and you're just there like, oh my God, this is going to happen. They start prepping me and stuff, and mind you, I had heartburn. I kept saying to my nurse, I have really bad heartburn. Is there anything you guys can give me for it? And she's like, yeah, we'll give you something for it. Everybody's talking to you, and because there's so many people, it's so confusing. Somebody's down there and they're like, once you get a contraction, you have to push. Then I have this guy behind my ear and he's like, I'm gonna get you something for your heartburn. Then I have Trevon on my right side who's holding my hand, and he's like,
her hand and her head.
Yeah, and he's like, Sam, you gotta push, like you can do this. I'm so proud of you, you can do this. So everybody's talking to me. I'm getting so confused, and like, I'm not feeling my contractions that much because of the numbness. Exactly. So they're like looking on the screen, they're like, you're getting a contraction, push. And the first push that I did, do you remember what I did? The first push, instead of holding my breath, I was like, and I blew out. They're like, no, you have to hold your breath. But again, I was just so confused because
she's new to this.
I'm brand new to this. There's so many things going on. I'm like, Lord Fada, these kids just need to come out of my vajayjay today. I started pushing at 12:15, and Zara was born at 12:27. And when she was born, they didn't even allow him to cut the umbilical cord. They didn't even allow us to hold her or anything. They took her away and she barely even cried.
Speaking of crying.
That's Zara right now. She must know that we're talking about her. She barely even cried, and she was taken away like instantly.
My heart went from here to my big toe.
And I'm breaking my neck to try to look for her because, again, I'm like, she didn't really cry, and the doctors are like, Samantha, focus. Oh, I missed a key part. I missed a key part. I forgot to tell them about the second to last push. Let me get to that. My second to last push was Zara. They said to me, Samantha, your child is under stress. You need to give it all you got. And in my mind, I was like, they are not cutting me. I am pushing this baby out. When I was pushing, I was shaking. My whole body was shaking because I was pushing so hard. And then she arrived. I was really happy, and I knew that I had to go and push again. So I'm looking for her, and they're like, Samantha, focus. You have to push out twin B. And at that point, prior to that, the doctor had given me just a little bit of some nasty drink to help with my heartburn. Right after Zara was born, I felt the urge to throw up. And
excuse me.
When I tell you, I haven't thrown up in years. I can't even tell you.
I've known her. We've been together 14 years or so. And I have yet to see her throw up.
I've never thrown up. Like, I just don't throw up. Like, that's just not my thing. Like, when I'm sick, I go do a number 2. I don't throw up. So I'm like, guys, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Next thing you know, I turn my head to the left. They have this bucket, and I'm like, bleh.
Hold on, wait. They had the catch container, or the bucket, as she says, right here. You guys seen it, right? Right here. I'll turn this way as the, what's it, the fashionistas or the divas or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Right there. They had it right there. Why is it she went right there?
I threw up like almost all on the lady.
She threw.
How many times did I throw up?
On the nurse.
Like 4 times, easily 4 times. I was like, bleh.
The poor nurse looked like she was playing hopscotch.
Yeah, the poor nurse like jumping back like, oh, like trying to dodge my vomit. It was so intense. And then after I was done, I was like, all right, time to push again. And same thing with Zia, who was born at 12:42.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
When Zia was born, prior to my last push, they said the same thing again. Sam, you need to really give it all you got, or we're going to have to do a cesarean. Exactly. So again, I pushed like crazy, and she was born, and the feeling was unlike no other. Like, there's nothing in this world that can describe that feeling. And
all I can say was, at that point, I was like, yes, they're here.
Exactly.
That's all I kept saying. Yes, there. I couldn't stop staring at them.
And it was just amazing, just amazing. We didn't get to see Zara right away because she had to go to the NICU, and I didn't get to see her for a few hours. I don't even think I saw her that
No,
day.
you didn't see her the first day. I had to go. I went to go see her.
Yeah, so they were born May 1st, again, early morning, and I didn't get to see Zara till like maybe
day.
like, not that it's the same day, but like later in the day, like 9 a.m. or something. But Zia was brought into the room with us right away, and it was just amazing. The first thing that came to my head when I delivered Zara though was like, oh my God, I just gave birth to Trevon. Because they look nothing like me.
Legit, even when I saw them, I was just like, oh my gosh, there goes me.
And I'm just that vessel that carried y'all for 9 months, and y'all don't even look like a dash like me. Oh, woe was me. So yeah, it was an amazing experience. I'm really, really happy that I was able to deliver them vaginally, just because again, with the C-section, if I had to do it, I had to do it. No issues with that, but I just didn't want the recovery time to be very long, especially with having to handle 2 babies. But very quick, easy, push those babies out. I tore a little bit. I needed 3 stitches. It's now been a month, so the recovery time for that whole process down there has healed up, and we're good to go. The babies are doing amazing. They are growing. Zara weighed how much?
Zara weighed 413.
And Zia weighed
5 pounds.
5 pounds. And now, over a month, they're now a little over 6 pounds each, so they are growing.
Zara is 6'2". Yeah, Zara is 6'2", Zia is 6'4".
So they're only 2 ounces difference. But yeah, that is basically my story from getting to the hospital at 9 a.m. or a little after 9 a.m. because we're always late. So about like 9:30 we got to the hospital.
You know what? I really didn't think you were gonna hear that out there.
What? They're always being late? But they know we always late. You guys
know this happens in every video, right?
We're always late. So we even got to delivering our baby at the hospital late. So at 9:30 in the morning, and less than, just a little over 12 hours. 12, 13, 14, 15. About 15 hours later, our babies were born and here, and we are truly, truly blessed. So without further ado, we are going to show you our little girls.
Or me times 2.
Yeah, basically.
Look guys, look. I want you to see something. Look at this, look at this, look at this. You guys ready? Look at this, look.
Twinsies. Alrighty, so I have, who do I have?
You have Zia.
Zia. Don't get me wrong, like there are little differences between them, but they really do look alike. Zia is a little more chubby, so here's Zia. Aww. She's knocked out. And look how long she is.
This is Zara.
My little baby.
This is Zara, or as I call her today, Spike Lee.
Spiky.
Oh, she's saying hi. Look there. Say hi.
Hi.
There we go.
And let's show you them together. So you'll see. So Zara is a little bit.
She's not happy right now.
Not happy right now, but she's a little bit slimmer in the face than Zia. So these are our girls, and we just love them to death. So finally we showed you guys the girls. For those of you that were waiting to see them, if you wanted to see them a little bit sooner, you should have been following me on Snapchat. I constantly update my Snapchat with pictures of them, videos of them, just sharing like little pieces of our lives.
Yep, and catching me off guard with a lot of stuff, but it's
yeah,
okay.
as well, in his boxers and stuff.
No love lost.
Yeah, I'm always like catching him. He's like, I barely have clothes on. I'm like, oh, but who cares? The girls are so cute. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I think we are going to make a really solid attempt to at least do 1 video a week vlogging. If you guys want to see weekly vlogs from us, including Zara and Zia, make sure to thumbs up this video. Make sure to like it, share it with your friends. I want to thank you guys so much. We've recently hit 15,000 subscribers on the tube. Thank you guys so much. And make sure you again like and comment below, and we'll see you on our next video. Bye.
Deuces. Hey guys, there's Mama. Here she is.